Greetings. Namaste. Een Laq. I am another you. You are another me. We are one mind. And today I'm talking to you, Dennis McKenna, and some of your closest friends. I am going to do the combined Mayan astrology for you and Terence. Now, I know you know about Mayan astrology and the Mayan calendar way back before it was so trendy, mainly because of Terence's work with Time Wave Zero and the novelty wave he predicted that would concress on December 21st, 2012, which was yesterday, but 9 years before that. Today, interestingly enough, December 22nd, 2021, is a day called Activating Star, which is the combined Mayan astrology for you and Terence. Now, I've been planning to do this video for maybe 6 weeks, and I put it on the back burner because I was doing the calendar. I made a 2022 calendar, and that took a lot of focus. And then I finished it this morning. So I thought I would do this video, and I put your combined reading together, and I found out it was today. So here I am doing this video. It's very exciting for me. There are a lot of synchronicities revealed in this, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I'm quite familiar with you and your brother. I've read quite a bit of your works and watched quite a bit of your videos. Including, I've read the Brotherhood of the Screaming Abyss, so I feel like I know how you feel and or felt about your brother and about his passing and things all along the way, and I'm hoping that today I can reveal to you what the intergalactic Maya have to say about your two signs and how they combine, because it's really cosmic, as you probably know. But let's take a look through the lens of Mayan Embodiment Astrology. Here we go. So, let's get started. The first thing I can tell you is Terence's glyph is called Etznab, and that means obsidian knife and or obsidian mirror. And for most people, I tell them they are the obsidian mirror. But I think in Terence's case, we can tell him he was the knife. And he is tone 3, which I call activating. Now, of course, you know there's many translations and many derivations and types and everything. I have been doing Mayan astrology for 23 years, since 1998. I've read it all, seen it all, and everything I'm going to tell you today is a combination of every existing English translation, and I feel very clear and confident about the veracity and truth behind every word that I'm going to tell you today. So, Terence's Mayan embodiment name is Activating Obsidian Knife. And the key qualities of tone 3 being activating is busy, busy, busy. And you can picture him as walking the hall of mirrors while holding a ceremonial knife. At least that's how I picture him. So for every glyph and for every tone, there are many keywords, and what I do is intuitively choose pairs of them into what I call high vibration phrases or high frequency phrases or something like that. And so here they are for Terence's birth glyph and tone, the activating obsidian knife. Energizing healing, precise motion, eloquent humor, impeccable communication. Now I'm going to talk about his 4 guides, and these are the exact same guides that can be seen in any of the advanced Mayan astrology systems, such as the Mayan Tree of Life, the Mayan Cross, or the Mayan Destiny Path. However, Dennis, what is completely different about Mayan Embodiment Astrology is that I had a vision in which I was inside the wheel of 20 glyphs, much like this image here. My right hand was holding and being held, gripped carefully, closely by my right-hand man, my divine masculine guide, as I later came to call him. And my left hand was being gently cradled and cradling the left hand of my divine feminine guide. And I could look up and see my future vision guide just 2 steps ahead of my divine feminine guide. And my past wisdom guide was in my thoughts just behind me, 2 steps behind my divine masculine guide. So what we're going to do here is take 6 steps on the wheel forward, starting at Osh Etznab and walking 6 steps into the future, as it were, into your and his and our feminine side. The future is feminine. And we come to Bolon K'an, patient seed, which is Terence's divine feminine guide. And here are the highly vibrating frequency phrases for this combination. Patiently planting and gathering information. Steady germination. Lucky teamwork and networking. Perpetual fertility. And now we walk 2 more steps forward into the future. And we come to Een Laq Imi, tone 11 of the glyph reincarnation. Now, as it turns out, Dennis, I happen to be the only one in the world who calls this glyph reincarnation, and I am also the only one in the world who sees that tone 11 is actually like a double rola bola, because you have to be on it to be on it. And here are the highly vibratory informational wavicle droplets for resolving reincarnation. Eternal discernment, promise of acceptance. Problem-solving transformation. Counterbalancing serenity. And since we've been traveling into the future, let's continue in that direction. And actually we cross over the corpus callosum, in the middle being the star. The 8th glyph directly across from the 18th. The obsidian mirror / knife. Ooh, see what I did there? Slash? Oh. Alright, sorry. So we are now moving into the past wisdom guide, and here's where our first synchronicity shows up, Dennis. You, being the dog, are Terence's past wisdom guide. In a way, your tone is 13, and this tone for Terence's past wisdom guide is 8, which is very close to 13. It's just missing that 5. So here we go with Vajak Oak, harmonizing dog, and the high-powered frequent flyer love bundles are creating loving compatibility, claiming justice and protection, because dogs love to protect. Obedient loyalty, interesting, I like it. Tranquil authority of negotiation. Isn't that interesting? Okay, now let's continue moving back in time. 2 more spaces to the Divine Masculine Guide of Terence. Now this is his outward face, his active yang energies, and pretty much how most people see him. Lahun Eb, manifesting traveler. I love these high-frequency dancing machine talking elves power phrases here. Co-creating pilgrimage. Can anyone say La Chorrera? Setting intentions for a sacred journey. La Chorrera and beyond. Supporting exploration. And our last phrase, partnerships of destiny. So beautiful. All right, so those are the 4 guides for Terence. And now, Dennis, let's move on to you. You are called Oshlahun Oak, and that means the 13th tone or type or aspect of the dog, like we already know. And 13 is the highest number in the Tzolk'in, and therefore it represents transcending. So you, sir, are called a transcending dog. You could also say ascending dog. And I think the number 1 most important phrase for you is the cosmic consciousness of unconditional love, sir. This is your core vibration. You have chosen your birthday so perfectly well. Wow. Okay, let's continue with a few more of these phrases of highly vibrating frequencies. Mystical loyalty, psychic love, political ascension, top dog destiny. And I'm not making this up, sir. This is all included in your core vibration. Now, taking 6 steps forward into your divinely feminine future, we have tone 6, Whack, of K'ib, the Wise One. Your divine feminine guide is similar to Terence's future vision, with that tone 6 being similar to tone 11. And yes, you pretty much guessed it, I am currently the only one in the world who sees tone 6 upside down like a rolla bola. But you know what? I think that's changing. I think a lot of people are seeing it that way now. So I just lied to you, sir. Lots and lots of people, maybe 13 or 20 or 260. But next year, 2022, oh boy, it's gonna take off. Mayan Embodiment is finally ready to be released to the world. Sorry, where was I? Yes, the Balancing Wise One. Here are your word pairs of highly harmonized vibratory concrescents. Flowing forgiveness. Stable peace walker. Family guardian of ultimate balance. And realistic advisor. I like it. Okay, let's take 2 more steps forward into your future, and we come to yet another synchronicity. Here it is. Terence's glyph, the obsidian mirror, the obsidian knife. Albeit a tone 8 version of said mirror knife, called Vajak et Snab. So obviously it's just like his native tone 3, but adding the 5 fingers of the hand. Does that sound familiar to you? I know it does. So let's see what kind of high-powered, vibrating, trans-dimensional messages came through for me here. Creating true compatibility, and also creating compatibility of truths. Claiming healing justice. Astute negotiation, and the divine spark of tranquility. Beautiful phrases of high-powered vibration here, and I just want to say that the energy of the Future Vision Guide is that if you are living with those energies in a regular manner, day to day, not necessarily, but, weekly or frequently enough, that if you have these vibrations, you are pretty much guaranteed to co-create the most perfect future for yourself. So let's travel over your corpus callosum, sir, which is the 20th glyph the solar chief, who will show up a little later, hint, hint, into your masculine side. And the first stop is your past wisdom guide, tone 5 of the breath glyph, ho, ik. And here are your highly charged, vibrating, frequently phrases, communicating vital order, helping spirit. And that has a double meaning, that you, sir, are gathering wisdom from the past, being your own childhood and also that of Terence's, and from wisdom from your parents and your grandparents and every culture, every source of wisdom from the ancient past that you have learned from. In that, the double meaning being, you are not only helping spirit, you are a helping spirit. Both are true. Here's another, inquisitive imagination. And the last one that came through to me was handy hurricane. So something you may have learned from the past is that hurricanes are actually useful, helpful sometimes. Whether they be manifested in your own howling voice, which we all need at some times, especially the dogs within us love to howl, and they howl with what? A hurricane power. Did you know, sir, that hurricane is a Mayan word? One of the very few that have made it through into Western English vernacular. Yes, it stands for Hunrakan, the god of wind. Now, let's take a further 2 steps backward or down the wheel, the sacred Tzolk'in wheel of 20, and we end up at your divine masculine guide, reflecting seed. Oh my goodness, where did we see the seed already today? It's in Terence's divine feminine guide, and it's your divine masculine guide. This is yet another synchronicity that is making the hair on my body stand up. And I love it. Here we go. Ukkan, reflecting seed. Tone 7, by the way, is the top of the pyramid, the place where we pause and we reflect and we look around with a 360-degree view, such as I do. Slightly hovering above the pyramid I am. Anyway, here's your vibrating highly phrases for your right-hand man. Planting neutralizing information. Gathering Pleiadian information. Have you started to do that yet, sir? Yes, you have, a very long time ago. Networking from the top of the pyramid, and perpetual mediation. Wow, I love it. All right.
Well, quantum physics has proven to us that the universe is a hologram entity, a self-aware fractal of vibrating wavicles constantly morphing throughout eternity. Sacred geometry and the flower of life are in water, Even your soul is a holy hologram. Inside every one of us, God can be found. Science and religion are joining again to recreate the wisdom of divinity. The goddess religions plus the Gnostic Gospels plus quantum physics are the new Holy Trinity. Some people know in their heart.
All right, now, are you ready? We're getting to the good part. Oh, come on, it's all good, isn't it? But now we're talking about the combination of your two energies. And here's how we do it. It's really very simple. The dog is the 10th glyph, and the obsidian mirror knife is the 18th. So 10 plus 18 is 28, and there's only 20 symbols, so 28 actually means 8, and that is the star. Remember him? And the very cool thing about all Tone 13 people, Dennis, is that they naturally become the other person's tone energy. So combined, you two make a 3-star Osh Lamat, which happens to be today, December 22nd, 2021, the day I'm making this video. I talked about that already. Okay, fine. The cosmic synchronicity is once again vibrating my little antenna called hair. Now, by the way, two white people such as you and your brother always combine to make a yellow. That's just the way the sacred geometry and mathematics of the Tzolk'in work. So we are going to see some similar energies, and it's quite easy for you to subsume each other, especially since your tone being 13 automatically becomes his tone 3. So in a way, Dennis, you too are a mirror, but that's some seriously esoteric understanding. Dig? Yeah, you do. All right, here's some freaky phrases for the activation of the stardom. Symmetrical energetics, abundant motion, rational communication, fertile humor. I love it. All right, so this time let's go back in time 6 paces on the sacred wheel to the combined divine masculine guide, tone 10 of the breath glyph. Remember him? He's back. Lahun Ik, manifesting breath. Let's tune into the highly tuned, vibrating strings of information theory being offered to us here, shall we? Co-creating communication. Setting spiritual intentions. Supporting the divine breath of life. Collaborative imagination. Oh, yeah. Taking 2 more steps back gets us to your past wisdom guide, tone 8 of the solar chief, Vajak Ahau. And here are some intuitively arisen pearls of solar wisdom dangling from the Hunab-U vine, creating enlightenment compatibility, finding illuminating fairness, claiming authentic justice, and the tranquility of ascension. Alright, continuing on our left-hand path into the past, we come to the corpus callosum, which is Etznab, the obsidian mirror, let's call it, right here. Into the left-hand path, which is the right mind, the divinely feminine future vision guide. Tone 11 once again. Een Laq, which you'll remember is your divine feminine glyph, Dennis. Here she's called the resolving wise one, the resolving spiritual warrior of controlled chaos, our prudent problem solver, the detail-oriented advisor with the promise of forgiveness. And now, sir, we come to your divine feminine of your combined energy, Bolon Ish, patient jaguar shaman. Who, may I ask you, do you want sitting for you in your deepest psychedelic dark nights of the soul? May I ask you all, humanity, who do you want sitting for you? You want the patient jaguar shaman. Who do you want to rescue you from your own illusory hell? Who could possibly enter the underworld and retrieve your soul from the demons? This goddess, Bolon Ish. She is here. She is your divine feminine guide. And here are some of the high-hanging fruit from this divine vine of vibrating information: resilient healing, persevering trance, communion with nature through teamwork, steady meditation. And here's two more. Fortunate protector, also a lucky protector. Lastly, a counselor in totality. This could also be called a mentoring counselor in totality. So, I truly feel that the Mayan embodiment perspective allows us to see deeper into the Tzolk'in than any other approach existing so far. And it is here to help humanity ascend higher on the vertical path, taking us into the age of Aquarius, into the fifth dimension of timelessness. Thank you so much for listening. So, there you have it. Everything was meant to be. Everything was perfect. And everything is still perfect. I had the hair standing on end many times while recording the voice, and it's still there now. Look at that. Oh my goodness. There's so much more I can tell you. I gave you the very briefest versions of each aspect. So if you want to know everything, just have your people contact my meeple. And I've got a big document ready to go, and I'll, of course, give you the 2022 calendar. And by the way, I am inviting you here to Hiroshima. There's much work to be done, as I'm sure you can feel. So again, Een Laq in namaste. I am another you, you are another me. We are one mind. And I love you.